The war in Iraq began with shock and awe nearly 9 years ago. On Thursday, it came to an official end with a low-key ceremony at Baghdad's airport. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta was on hand as the flag symbolizing the U.S. forces in Iraq was furled and officially retired. Only about 4,000 U.S. troops remain in the country, and nearly all will be back in the United States by the end of the year. But Panetta warned danger still exists for Iraqis.
Iraq will be tested in the days ahead by terrorism, by those who would seek to divide, by economic and social issues, by the demands of democracy itself. Challenges remain, but the United States will be there to stand by the Iraqi people.
The war claimed the lives of 4,487 Americans, and nearly 32,000 more were wounded in combat. The cost of nearly 9 years of war for the United States totals $805 billion. And the price was much higher for Iraqis. An estimated 103,000 were killed from war-related violence since 2003. For more on this, we are joined by CBS News Foreign Affairs analyst Pamela Falk. Thanks for being with us, Pam.
Absolutely, Betty.
Well, do you think Iraqis are prepared for the U.S. to leave?
There's a bit of trepidation, there's a bit of celebration, and both of those are reasonable. War is always tragic, as you mentioned, almost $1 trillion, 800 billion, 105,000 lives. It was very difficult for all, and the question about whether it was worth that cost in lives and in cost in money is yet unanswered. And so part of the question is, how thriving will the democracy in Iraq be? And U.S. left with a bit of an arm's length relationship with Iraq, and that is part of the problem that the United States left, because there was not an immunity agreement given to the United States by the Iraqi parliament.
Is Iraq better off now than it was before the war?
Iraq doesn't have a brutal dictatorship, so that's better. I think the check sheet, you have to take all sides. Iraq is better off in terms of its democracy. It's better off because it doesn't have Saddam Hussein at the helm. But it is the war itself unleashed all of these things, the sectarian violence, and that's the part that the United States hope to continue to help. And that's the part that the United States can still do. There wasn't a lot of relationship between President Obama and Iraq's Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki in the last 9 months. The real issue here is to try to continue. There is a strategic agreement in place, and the idea is try to keep the relationship going. There are a lot of lessons learned from this war.
And as we go forward and watch this play out, what is Iran's role, or what will it be as the U.S. pulls out of Iraq?
Well, that's one of the biggest problems and the biggest fears, is that the Iraqi armed forces are not trained quite as well as they should be, and there's an interest by the United States military in continuing to be able to train them against any kind of Shia expansionism or Iran influence or even a resurgence of al-Qaeda. And so the idea here is perhaps in Kuwait, perhaps NATO-led, but a lot of people are trying to see if there can be a continuing military relationship. The United States lost an awful lot, and right now the relationship leaving is not as good as it could be. And that's part of the lessons. The United States was traumatized by 9/11. What the U.S. has learned in this war, and with the UN help with Libya and other places, is that when you go with the international community, it may end up with a better relationship in the end.
So as we look at the big picture and we look back at this war, will we see it as a success?
I think the cards are still out. I think you have to still see if it comes up with a thriving democracy. When the Shah left Iran, they lost a brutal dictatorship, but look what came in, and the Ayatollahs and the Islamist fundamentalism. And so that's the fear, is that Iraq needs help to continue. And I think they know that, but at this moment, the United States and President Obama actually fulfilled his commitment, his campaign promise to get out, and the idea is try to keep the relationship going.
All right, Pamela Falk, as always, we appreciate your insight. Thank you for being with us.
Sure, Betty.